Hello everyone, I'm Alfian and today we are going to solve the Hackerrank challenge on the problem solving section called the hurdle race. And for this particular challenge, it says a video player plays a game in which the character competes in a hurdle race. Hurdles are of varying heights and the characters have a maximum height they can jump. There is a magic potion they can take that will increase their maximum jump height by 1 unit for each dose. How many doses of the potion must the character take to be able to jump all of the hurdles? If the character can already clear all of the hurdles, return 0. For this example height right here, we have an array of numbers. It's 1, 2, 3, 3 and 2. And the k right here is the initial jump capability of a player to pass all of the hurdles right here. And the character can jump 1 unit high initially and must take 3 minus 1 equals 2 doses of potion to be able to jump all of the hurdles. And the function description says complete the hurdle race function in the editor below. And for this editor, we are using the TypeScript as the language to solve this challenge. If you want to solve it using another language, then you can go ahead. I encourage you to do so. And let's go to the challenge. And we have the function called the hurdle race. As we scroll down, that takes two parameters. The first parameter, which is the k, is the number of jumping height in terms of units in a form of number or integer, and the second parameter, which is the height, in a form of number array, and the expected output is in a form of number or integer. And we should write our code here. And the function says complete the hurdle race function in the editor below. Hurdle race function has the following parameters that we already described right here for each hurdle, and returns in a form of integer the minimum number of doses required, 0 or more. Initially, we need to declare a variable called the let doses. Initially, we use 0 as the value from the doses variable, and the return statement, we can return our doses, and the red underline error disappears because it's already fulfilled. And the input format, the first line contains two space-separated integer n and k, the number of hurdles, and the maximum height the character can jump naturally, which is 1 right here. The second line contains the n space-separated integers, height of the elements of I, where 0 is below or equals to I and below n. 0 is, and I believe 0 is the number of the height, the minimum height that requires to jump. And the constraint says at least one of the n and k, which is the ability to jump from 1 until to 100. And the sample input 0, we have 5 right here, the number of hurdles that we need to pass, and the 4 right here, which is the k number or the initial jumping ability or the 4 units of jumping height to pass all of the hurdles, and the required and the expected output of the example 0, which is 2. Why is it 2? It's because the tallest height of the hurdle is 6 units of height, and we have initial jumping ability of 4. To simply put, it is 6 minus 4 and equals to 2, that we need 2 doses of the potion to be able to pass the hurdle height of 6 right here on the second hurdle. And it explains everything. Let's solve our code. And for the, let's say, if for the example right here, let's say we have 2, 5, 4, 5 and 2, and we have the initial jumping ability of 7 units. 7 is still above 2, then we don't require to drink a potion to be able to pass this hurdle with the height unit of 2. And 5 is also already passed from the k, still below the k number of 7 units, and 4 is still below the 7 units, 5 still 7 units, and 2 is still below the 7 units. So That way we only need 0 doses and we don't have to drink any of the potions available. So what about the first example? Like we have 1, 6, 3, 5 and 2. Let's say we have an initial jumping ability of 4 units. We pass the first one and we cannot pass the second one because we need 2 doses of potion to be able to pass the second hurdle, because 6 subtracted by 4 of the initial jumping ability and we need 2 doses of the potion. As we continue, it is already permanently increased by 2 and we have the jumping ability of 6 for the next iteration, which is 3 right here, is still lower than 6 and 5 is still lower than 6, because remember we already drank the potion from the previous iterations, which is the 6 right here. We only need 2 to permanently increase the jumping ability by 1, and 5 right here is still below 6 and 2 right here is still below 6, so that's why we only returning 2 units of the doses that requires for us to complete this challenge. So how do we iterate the height array right here of the hurdles? It is fairly easy. Let's use the traditional approach by using the for loop. For let I equals 0 as long as I is below the height, that length, the length of the hurdles that we need to pass each time, and then I plus plus. And then we need to calculate the initial jumping ability, which is the k right here, with the k right here, with the height of the hurdle, which is the height that takes the I elements right here. So to declare this, we can declare the variable called the constant required number of potions, and then takes the height of the current iteration, and then for the next one we need to subtract it by k, which is the initial jumping ability. So to sort the required number of potions, we can use the required pots to make this more simpler, and we can add a check. You can use JavaScript methods using the methods from the math class, but for this particular challenge I'm going to use a traditional approach using the if else. If the doses is below the required number of potion, if it is, then we can assign the doses to the required number of potion. If it's not, then we can simply pass in the doses as it is. So let's run the code to see if it works, and congratulations, we passed the challenge. Okay, so that's about it. I hope you understand my explanation. If you still don't understand, you can ask me in the comment section, or if you have any better solutions regarding this challenge, tell us what you think in the comment section. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.